Back from the garage sale again, Brad.
Oh, what do we got here? We got.
I talked him down to $1/4.
Oh, it's an old Barlow. Yeah, that's an old knife. Wow. Yeah, an old Barlow, B-A-R-L-O-W.
I said, why are you getting rid of these? None of them are sharp anymore.
Yeah, well, if you just run into some, wow, that's actually a good old knife. It's nice and tight, and it's not all loose, and it's got a pretty, well, it's got a pretty good edge, but like the guy said, probably if he actually said they're none of them sharp anymore, it's not. You can put white lines on your hand, but you can't, you know, you'd have to push pretty damn hard to make that knife cut anything. Good old Barlow. Yeah, it was marked 50 cents. You talked him down to $1/4. I think if I was you, I'd try to get him down to at least 24 cents. You know, penny's a penny.
He threw in a piece of popcorn.
Oh, well, of course. Mm. And it hadn't even been on the floor yet?
No.
Okay, well, then it's probably a good deal. All right. Let's do it this way. I'm actually just going to recut a cutting edge on that blade and make it cut again.
Here's a true old knife, new life, huh?
Yes, this is old knife, new life. I think we started a series like that. Man, I'll tell you, the metal is just flying. So, let's see if I actually cut enough off to make it sharp.
That is a neat little blade.
Yeah, it is actually. It's a sticker picker. It's got a point on it that makes a good sticker picker.
Is that the knife that you were going to give away to the people who could guess your middle name?
I will give this knife away. It's an old Barlow, and here's how you know. Okay, see how this side is. Okay, now I'm going to tip it up. That's the plastic side of the handle that it would have been on. Okay, and now this side you see is nice and flat. It's got what looks like almost like a cigarette burn on it there. Got a little bit of paint on it. We're going to leave the 50-cent sticker on there. It's a Barlow. It's got a tiny little whoopee in the point. So those are the things you're going to look for. And we're going to give it away. First person to put my middle name on a response to a video, to this video, okay, a post. First person to put my middle name on there gets this knife. All right, let's see. I can still see it's a little thick, so I'm just going to hurry, just like that. When I tip it back and forth, I can actually see a little glisten of a shine on the cutting edge, and that means that there's still a slight flat to it, if nothing else, just in places. All right, let's see. That's starting to bite. This is really thin paper. I've said that a million times, but you got to have a crazy sharp knife, and that one's actually for the way that paper's floating around in the air and it bends and it's light. That's actually pretty sharp. Let's see if we can make it just a little bit sharper, and I'll hurry here. I'm going to run it through the V and cut the blade a little bit better. It's an old knife, and I don't think it had been sharpened in a very long time. So it was actually pretty rounded, just like this. I'm not crazy about V-notches, but if you're trying to put a new edge, totally new edge, on an old knife that has no real cutting edge on it, it's kind of the only way you can go, unless you want to be somewhere for quite a while working on it. Oops, that was a mistake. And boy, you can hear the sound when you've done it wrong. Different. All right. And it took quite a few passes, because if you realize If the cutting edge is actually a 1/64 of an inch wide, you have to take a 1/64 of an inch off of both sides all the way down, so that you actually take that flat spot and make it thin enough that it actually turns back into a knife edge. So it isn't like you just run it through there a couple times and then you're done. You actually have to take a 1/64 of an inch off of both sides to get that real sharp cutting edge back. All right, let's see. That's stuck. Oops. If it'll do that, it'll do this. Now, I did take the cover off the magazine instead of the pages, but that, okay, it won't slide until it takes the fingernail off. That's pretty cool. Tell us what my middle name is, and you get this knife. It's an old Barlow. It's a good little knife. It's an old knife. Old knife, new life. We'll talk to you later.